Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the TINT podcast. We are in double digits now, can you believe that? It's crazy. 10 episodes. Thanks again for everybody who tunes in. We appreciate every view and every like and every sub. Please keep telling your friends and family and keep pushing this for us. We really appreciate it. So today, this episode, actually we had scheduled to do something. We had another episode in mind. We wanted to do the Mandela Effect Part 2, but something came up, and unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Kobe Bryant and his daughter and 8 or 7 other people just died in a helicopter crash. So we felt like, you know, maybe we should talk about this a little bit. So, yeah, we're going to get into that and some other stuff. And so, let's just get right to it. You know, Sunday on January 26th, news comes out that Kobe Bryant, in a routine helicopter flight, goes down, and his daughter, Gianna Bryant, and 7 other people. There were parents, 2 other girls on board. They were all 13. It went down, and it's very, very tragic, obviously. And so we just kind of want to talk about Kobe Bryant, what he did, you know, some of the stuff, why, you know, we just want to get into it. So, your thoughts to begin with?
I mean, it's a very difficult situation. I don't know how much detail, obviously, we can give. It's all going to be speculation and opinion, I think, right? But we'll do the best we can from what I think we both have some sort of knowledge about, you know, the person.
Yeah, that's what I kind of want to talk about. I kind of want to talk about, like, his you know, sports impact, his life, and how we viewed it, you know? Does that make sense? Because, like, we're from Chicago, and so, you know, there's a sports team here called the Chicago Bulls, and you could probably guess who our favorite player is. Obviously, it's B.J. Armstrong. I know I had my Armstrong jersey, rocking it back in the day, but now, obviously, I'm talking about Michael Jordan. So, there's a Michael Jordan-Kobe Bryant connection, because here's Jordan doing all these accomplishments, and, you know, we were little kids growing up with that, and we thought, oh man, this is going to be awesome forever. Boy, were we wrong. But he, you know, Jordan changed the game. To me, my opinion, he's the greatest player to ever play the game. All right. So here comes Kobe Bryant towards the, you know, back end of Jordan's career, and they're basically like pushing this kid like he's going to be the next Jordan, and so like that pissed me off. I was like,
yeah, but kind of now he is the next Jordan. There is no Jordan in the league.
That's what I'm saying. Like, looking at it now, you have much better perspective. You know what I mean? You can look at the entirety of what he did and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, at the time, I was like, screw this guy. You know, because they were pushing him in high school. He went to the prom with Brandy, the singer. I'm like, this guy hasn't even played an NBA minute, and he's on Access Hollywood for going to the prom with Brandy. Like, what the hell with this kid? And so here he comes. He gets drafted by the Hornets, who took him at pick 13. Kobe Bryant, dude. And then they trade him to the Lakers for Vlade Divac.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, looking back, a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, they made a lot of mistakes were made. Yeah. You know, when
it's like they drafted Jordan 3rd.
Yeah.
I could see Olajuwon, but then Sam Bowie.
Yeah, Olajuwon, I'll give you. Yeah.
Olajuwon was a solid pick. He was a solid pick, and he won a couple only because Jordan was penalized for, I mean, he retired for 2 years to play baseball. But Olajuwon was a solid Hall of Fame player, sure. Sam Bowie's garbage.
What do you think happened to him? Why did he get that suspension?
Who, Jordan?
Yeah.
Allegedly gambling on the league and all that stuff. But he was the NBA poster boy, so they didn't want to Pete Rose him, right? Because Pete Rose essentially was gambling on baseball games and maybe games that he played in. They're alleging that Michael Jordan was doing the same shit.
Really?
So yeah. So and then there's also talk that he was supposed to take a dive in the finals against the Lakers, and since he had money on it, right, he came out big. Other people lost a lot of money, and his dad died. And then he went to play baseball for 2 years. So
he was doing something.
I mean, he was doing something.
He wasn't doing nothing.
He wasn't doing nothing. Michael Jordan, you find out a lot about these these heroes and sports icons and celebrities that they're not what they're cracked up to be all the time. And people got to realize, you don't know these people, okay? When you're a kid and you're seeing this guy who's just like dominating sports and he's from your hometown. He's not even from your hometown.
No, he's not.
Your home team picked him, and then now he's playing there, and then you're just like, he's my hero. Well, you don't know that man, and who knows what the hell was going on. But let's get back to Kobe. So he, just from my point of view, he was aggravating to me because I held Jordan in this high regard, obviously, and so they're like pushing him as the next Jordan. I'm like, no, And here he comes. He's on the Lakers. Here comes Shaq. Now they're winning titles. They do the three-peat with Phil Jackson. Aggravated me the whole time. Right? Screw this guy. And then Shaq leaves. They got this whole thing. They're getting into it. Whatever the hell. And then he goes on to win 2 more. 1 less than Michael. I'm just saying. But, looking back now, I can say that sports-wise, he was a true competitor. He was a gifted athlete. He came out. Now there's stories that come out where, he got drafted. He went right from high school to the NBA. There's people talking about he was like 15, 16, playing with, pickup games with NBA players. And holding his own, not backing down. So, that wasn't known back then, you know what I mean? So he was a hell of a ball player to say the least. And a lot of people loved him,
Yeah.
He had a scandal. He definitely had a scandal
I think,
come out.
Yeah.
But
I think we should take a little time and focus on this because
we got to talk about the scandal.
out of all the things that he did as a basketball player, charity work, whatever he did, this is going to be sort of like a stain on him. And I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. It could have gone down exactly as this woman said. It could have gone down exactly as Kobe Bryant said. But what I think it was a combination of the two things. They were both drinking. Then she had sex with him, knew he was a married man, knew he was a rich basketball player. And so she devised her...
At that point, everybody goddamn knew who Kobe Bryant was.
She devised a scheme. She's like, hey, I'm going to
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. I'm going to carry his baby, and when the time is right, we're going to, pop those things out, and it's going to be me and you, Kobe, for the end of time. Even though he had 4 other daughters.
Mm-hmm. I don't know when he had them or when he didn't, but that's kind of...
No, but he had them with the same woman. He has 4 daughters.
Vanessa, yeah.
And I think that she was just so hoping that, he'd get her pregnant, and then her life would have been set. You know what I mean? Her life would have been set.
Of course.
Because the child support alone would have paid for her to have an extravagant life. Take care of the child well, and also have an extravagant life.
Yeah, because the percentage is set. So it's not necessarily what you need to live. It's the percentage of what this person makes.
Sure.
Right? So now you got a rich basketball player, you're getting a shitload of money, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I just think that it's crazy. So, you know, obviously this woman, but she accused him of rape, though, right? So there was a rape charge.
Really? She accused him of rape?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
Which guy? Which guy?
Kobe Bryant.
No. Okay.
The woman accused him of rape.
Yeah.
He obviously said he didn't do it. He comes clean. He admits.
I misunderstood what you were trying to say.
That's fine. He admits, I cheated on my wife. So he's saying it was consensual.
Yeah.
Right? Then he buys his wife a giant ring. That was a whole story. But, like, that's crazy to me is, like, he was Kobe Bryant. He was already established as being Kobe Bryant. Now, do I think that that was the one and only person that he might have had an infidelity with his wife?
Probably not.
Probably not. My opinion. But for some reason, this girl decided to go with the rape charge. And then they let him keep playing. While that was all going on, I always thought that was kind of strange.
So let's say you're in this situation. You're this woman, right? You are, in some manner, forced to have sex with Kobe Bryant, right?
But I don't think it was forced, is what I'm saying.
Whatever.
It's Kobe Bryant. There's a lot of girls that are trying to get that, or just trying to be with someone who's a celebrity status. Not all women, but there are some.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's pieces of shit in every race, creed, religion, gender. Okay? There's just pieces of shit. So, go ahead. Sorry. You forgot what you were saying?
Yeah, I pretty much forgot what I was saying.
Alright, so the thing that's strange to me.
Yeah.
Right? So the prosecution drops the charges.
Uh-huh.
And then they settle out of court.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he paid her. He paid her off. So she got her payday.
She got her payday, but the fact that the criminal charges were dropped is very suspicious. You know, it's, at least for me, I think that if you're hurt by this man, right, I would feel that you would have some sort of inkling or just some sort of just natural tendency to want to expose this so he doesn't do it to somebody else, rather than strictly going for the money, because when you go to civil court, the burden of proof is much lower, right? Yeah. And so you can win much easier.
Which is crazy, because it's like, it's literally like, yeah, we know that this person did it, so here's this money. But they don't get prosecuted, like, you know, criminally.
No, it's
so weird, dude.
There can be a lot of things that happen. They can settle even at the last moment. They can do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just like with Michael Jackson, whether he did something or he didn't do something, it looks a lot better for Michael Jackson when they drop the criminal charges and strictly go after civil suit just to get money. But
it looks bad on them.
It looks bad on them, but here's the thing. And I will say this. I know it sounds crude and just, it doesn't sound very nice what I'm about to say. But
I don't think people would expect anything less
not from you. My problem is that, let's say my child did have some sexual contact with this adult. Do I want the child to go through the whole process in criminal court and then maybe possibly lose, or go to civil court where the burden of proof is much more lenient, there's much less you have to prove, and on top of that, you will get a settlement, you will get money from this guy, and then you'll be able to lead a fairly normal life. You know, I don't know how much trauma there is with Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? I know how much trauma there is when it's a priest who's telling you to go, you're going to an infinite hell if you tell anyone anything about what's been happening. To me, that is like such psychological and spiritual manipulation. It's horrible.
They got a playbook that they run. But, like, there's definitely a gray area there, because you're right, like, you know, you want to be put through the scrutiny, because when someone who's no one makes these claims against someone who's a superstar,
Sure.
everyone goes after the no one and tries to pick them apart. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is.
Shoot everything
you know,
that they are down, because they have this, because people have a celebrity hero just ideology, like, this person can't do any wrong, he shoots the ball good. You know what I mean? He can dunk so good. Did you not see him? Why would he ever do anything wrong? So, like, but then also it becomes to, like, is this person just in it for the money? Like, it's a really weird gray area. But what I will say, that definitely disturbed me and I thought was absolutely ridiculous. So he gets accused of rape. He says he didn't do it. He says he just cheated on his wife. Then he goes to the ESPYs and gets a standing ovation. Right? Because they dropped the charges. He pays her out of court, and he's an adulterer. Standing ovation.
Sure, but they just let it slide, right?
Yeah, everybody loved him. They're like, oh, you didn't rape her, you only cheated on your wife.
And you were good in that movie.
And you could shoot good. I mean, that whole thing definitely, obviously, is a stain and a tarnish on his record and his life. But I just want to, like, go... Looking at it now, from a, like, sports meathead point of view,
Yeah.
right? I'm...
It's about that time. 10 years. It's, you know what I mean?
But I'm saying, like, I'm a Jordan guy. Actually, my favorite player throughout that whole thing was Scottie Pippen, who was just fast and loose with guns and women. But he was my favorite player. But I knew Jordan was the greatest of all time. And here comes Kobe. And so at that time I was pissed. But looking back at it now, you could see that you gotta respect the game. You know what I mean? Like, he went in and he just actually emulated Mike and did a lot of his same moves, but also I think the league was pushing him to be like that. Now he shaves his head and all that shit. But he took it seriously, and he was a true competitor. So just in the sport regard, I'm talking about from being a meatball sports fan. You know,
a meatball sports fan?
Yeah, because sometimes sports fans aren't the most intelligent.
Well, yeah. Some of them are definitely vegetarians. We don't like them. We don't like you people eating your vegetables and watching football. Okay?
But what I'm saying is...
Eat meat when you watch the...
No,
okay.
don't yell.
I was about to yell.
Don't yell.
About to yell. Because this is a touchy topic.
Yeah, please don't yell. But, because I think both of us are fairly intelligent, but if you put on a Bears game or a Bulls game, I'll yell at the TV like a crazy person. So, just from that point of view, sports-wise, I respected his game. And the other thing I want to say, too, is, he was very much like Mike. He was very much like Mike. And I know LeBron is... People, I think to me it's weird because everybody liked Mike throughout the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
LA loved Kobe, and he probably had a lot of fans outside of LA, but not like Mike for some reason. So, talking about Michael Jordan in comparison to Kobe Bryant in comparison to LeBron James.
Sure.
So, for me, Michael Jordan had the sheer willpower and determination to go out there and win games. By the way, did you hear that those games where he had the flu and he would go out there and drop 55 points? He was coming down off of a coke bender.
Yeah.
You ever hear that?
I mean, there was a lot of times where players would do amazing shit.
They would party,
they
dude.
Were sick. The time
they would party.
Dropped those 80 points. Dude.
That was Kobe. He dropped 81.
81 points. Kobe Bryant, single game, just was a scoring machine.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the most entertaining offensive players to have ever played the game and to ever watched. You know, when you're watching certain players, you're just like, there's a good chance this guy's going to score right now. With some players, it's like, oh, it's going to hit the rim, oh, they're going to miss. When he had the ball, you just knew there's a really good chance that's going in, and he's going to make a nice move. And you know,
So you enjoy it.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Fun to watch.
And I think it comes from the way that he was raised in Italy when his father was playing, and he would play pickup games with his father and his father's friends. So he was playing with adults when he was like 11 years old, you know what I mean? And when you're playing with like people who are just shy of being good enough to be in the NBA at 11, that's going to raise your game.
Especially if you have that mentality to want to be
the
best. Then you're going to go all in. So what I'm saying is, Jordan to me had the ultimate willpower. Like, he could literally make things happen with his mind. I think he had superpowers, right? And I think that Kobe Bryant had that to a certain extent, but I think that Jordan just beats him out. Okay, but what Jordan and Kobe have that LeBron just doesn't have.
Tons of skill and
killer instinct.
Really?
No,
LeBron is good. Come on.
No. Listen, LeBron, physicality, athleticism, he should be the best ever. He should be. But he doesn't have that mindset that Michael and Kobe had. Michael and Kobe were like, we're down by 2, there's 2 seconds left, give me the ball, I'm going to fucking jump through the roof, and I'm going to score and everybody in this world knows that I'm going to get the ball, then I'm going to score this ball, and I want you to try and stop me. LeBron doesn't have that.
No.
LeBron's like, I'll take the ball, maybe I'll pass it, I don't know, I'll shoot it, doesn't matter to me. I don't know, I'll go to this team, I'll go to that team, there's no fucking loyalty.
Can I pause you for 1 second there? For 1 second. I know you're a huge basketball fan. I'm trying not to interrupt. But there are things that I don't like with the modern sports.
Me too.
The fact that these players move from team to team to team to team. Like when you're young and there's a team and they're good and they're in your city and you really like them, I think the worst thing in the world is to hear that next year half of that team is going to be gone. Like people you like know the names of, you know the stats of, because at that point you're so into the game you want to know everything about them.
Of course.
And yet that, you know, now because you have this free agency and you have people willing to offer so much more, just vast sums of money. Like when you're making $20, $30 million a year to put a basket or a ball into a hoop.
To play a children's game.
This is a total children's game.
While children are starving to death, by the way.
I mean, they could be playing Chutes and Ladders or fucking hopscotch.
If they're playing it at a high level,
whatever.
We're going to watch it.
Yeah, we're going to watch this because they're going to be destroying kids. Like, you know, and that Chutes and Ladders. Like, whoa, boom. And you know, I think that, at least for me, watching these men humiliate children would be worth the ticket price. I would honestly love to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I want to see it. I want to see the kid crying and be like, ah! And then, you know, one of the pros like gets up and he's like, what? I thank God. I want to thank God. I want to thank God because God helped me, not this little 5-year-old. I don't know. It's the dumbest thing. We don't give props to teachers who really and truly are probably the most important cogs in a society. When you have a good teacher, a teacher who can inspire you,
there's a lot of
you can do really great things.
Blue collar, you know, fundamental jobs that should be rewarded for what they do.
You don't have to get rich, but you should be able to live a life where you can take a vacation for a month to somewhere and relax, and you should be able to do whatever.
Because if you think about it, athletes play children's games and actors play make-believe.
Yeah, they play make-believe.
That's all it is.
And you know, you figure when you're watching a movie...
And they make millions and millions.
But here's the thing. When you're watching a movie and you see a character and it's Johnny Depp and he's playing a pirate, and then in the next movie he's playing a doctor, you're like, no, I totally believe it. It was a pirate and now he's a doctor. You know what I mean? But then if you have somebody who's like typecast, like, oh, he's played a gangster in 3 movies, and in the 4th movie he's playing like a regular dad, you're like, nah, I can't believe that. That's way beyond my, I can't, that suspension of disbelief, I don't even know what that is. But, you know, if he's a star, he can basically just do anything and you lay down the money. Because here's why this happens. Why do we like stars? Why do we like movie stars? It's because we picture ourselves in those people.
And be relatable.
We relate to that person. It's like, I've seen that person in this role, I've seen that person in this role, I know their personality, I know that
that's why,
in a way that could be me, right?
That's why in the movie Die Hard, if that went down, I would literally do everything that John McClane did.
Not me. Are you crazy?
No, I would do it.
Walking on glass in your bare feet?
All that shit.
No way.
Jumping off the roof and going through with the fire hose attached to you.
Talking to Hans Mueller and saying, yippee-ki-yay, mother son of a...
That would literally be me, so that's why I relate.
No, okay.
Yeah. And so by that logic, Bruce Willis can do anything, and I won't believe it.
But I love that movie was supposed to go to somebody else, I think like Stallone or somebody first. They turned it down, they gave it to him, and they cut the budget because they didn't think it was going to be, you know, anything special, right? And it turns out to be one of the greatest
Christmas movies ever.
Christmas adventure movies that has ever been made.
When the movie's on, I can almost recite everything everyone's saying the whole time because I'm, you know, brainwashed by that movie.
That's a little bit too far. That's a... I agree
I'm
with
not
you
saying
on a
that
lot
like
of
that's
stuff,
a good
but
thing.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
If you can like repeat lines like verbatim from this
like, I got
horrible
$50 on that
movie.
game.
Yeah. You know,
it's not
like
horrible.
Shakespeare, but listen, it's not like Shakespeare you're reciting. You're reciting like...
I don't got time for Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'm all Die Hard all day.
I'm Hans Gruber.
Shoot the glass. So let's get back to Kobe, and just kind of.
Let's wrap up Kobe because as
much
as I love Kobe,
I think
as much as go ahead.
I think we've said pretty much what we need to say about him.
He's a great player.
The thing that's unfortunate, obviously, is that for athletes that are on a professional level, you dedicate your life to the sport. And so you have to travel, you got to, like that's your life. But then you retire early, and so the second half of your life, you retire young, and so that's supposed to be family time and whatever, you know, ventures that you go into. And so that was supposed to be this time for Kobe, and, you know, obviously cut short. And the saddest part to me, I mean, nothing's good about it, but like children were on that flight, and I mean, it's really just it's a true tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to see anybody dying like that, but like little kids involved.
Especially little children. His little daughter is 13 years old.
She was going to be
her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah.
Is dead now because and like we were saying before, it's like, you know, if you're in like a biplane or a whatever or a straight plane, if you're in a plane with like wings, right? And an engine goes down, you're like, oh shit, an engine goes down, oh my god, we're screwed. But they're like, no, we're not really screwed, we'll be alright. And then the second engine goes down. It's like, oh my god, we're screwed, the second engine went down, we're not gonna... And the pilot's like, whoa, chill, we got wings. We're just gonna glide down.
We're gonna glide it in.
Yeah, we're gonna glide down.
Glide it right in.
You know, everybody's high-fiving, right? Helicopter blade stops.
Problems. But like
pretty much helicopter blade stops.
Yeah.
That's
but
it.
What I don't understand though is because now we're gonna get into the weird shit, right?
We have not gotten into weird shit yet.
No, but like.
Okay.
So, what was the cause? What was the cause of the crash?
Gremlins. They've
The
officially,
Gremlins came in and
officially have called
did a whole
it
thing.
a gremlin situation.
So they said that it was foggy as hell, and that they were grounding all other,
Yeah.
helicopter flights. And this guy was like,
yeah.
"I got it." And that was his. And by the way, I guess he took this flight like all the time. Like this was his way to beat LA traffic. Like he was like, "Fuck this traffic. I'm rich, bitch. I got a helicopter. I'll just simply go from here to there all the time." That's what he did.
Yeah.
And so, obviously that time it didn't work out.
I just I want to tell you about because I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and
Oh, Curb's back, and I love
what's his name is talking about how he can't get a date. He's like, I'm old, I'm bald. I'm like, yeah, but you're rich. You're rich. You could be a cadaver. You could be a deformed, happy. You got the money that you can date any girl, and it's the truth.
It
It's
is
the
the
truth.
Listen, someone, whether they have good intentions or not,
It doesn't matter at that point.
they will date a rich rock, literally.
Like someone who's like 97 and barely.
Look
like,
at Anna Nicole Smith and that.
I'm drooling.
And Nicole Smith, right?
Yeah.
She was dating a corpse.
Yeah. Dating a
Almost
corpse.
literally was a corpse.
Every night she had to like reapply the whole gauze. It was like a remummification every night.
Yeah.
She
put in the work.
Yeah.
And then she died.
Luckily she was an Egyptologist.
So now let's get into the weird shit.
How did she die?
Probably mysteriously. I don't know.
Mysterious circumstances?
I'm sure.
It's usually how it
She
goes.
was emulating like a Marilyn Monroe.
She was. She played that character like ditzy and kind of.
And we all know that Marilyn Monroe was murdered.
But we also know Marilyn Monroe was like really smart, and
talented.
like the character she played like on screen, like the ditzy girl,
Was just a character.
it was just totally not her.
Yeah.
And that's why the studio loved her, because they knew she was smart, but she could play that like.
That's why the Kennedys loved her too.
Yeah, every Kennedy brother I think loved her in his own way.
In a special way.
Yeah, in his own bedroom. What kind of way?
Okay, so let's get into the weird shit now. Ready?
Okay, I'm we're gonna have to take a little bit, not a break. Don't worry. We're gonna have to take a little pause here, and I'm gonna introduce what Doug is gonna be talking.
No, I'm
about.
not going to do it yet.
You're not going to me?
No, I got a couple of things before I get to that.
Okay, go. Let it.
All right, so before I get to what he's going to talk about,
Me. Go.
so the weird stuff that, because there's no such thing as a high-profile celebrity death or some kind of big news story without there being a ton of weird shit attached to it. It just doesn't happen. There always has to be some kind of weirdness, whatever that may be. So starting with this, when in the first couple 2-3 days, if you Googled Kobe Bryant, the day Kobe Bryant died, it would say whatever Kobe Bryant, and then it would say date of assassination. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You listening?
Yes.
And then LA Lakers had a toy helicopter that was a Kobe Bryant toy helicopter that they would sell. I think that's kind of weird. No?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I agree with everything you're saying.
Then there's a cartoon from Comedy Central from like 2016 or 17 that had an episode. The cartoon was called Legends of Chamberlain Heights, where Kobe Bryant crashes in a helicopter and then explodes.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's kind of weird.
Listen, I agree with all those points. I thought they were rhetorical questions. When you say all of those things are extremely weird. It's not just like I
know that. So then there's
very
another.
Weird.
So then there's a Men's Health like Nike promotion thing where they do this like short movie where it's Kobe Bryant talking to Robert Rodriguez, and they're like talking about this movie they want to do called The Black Mamba, and he's like a superhero, and like he gets out of the bus, but then the bus explodes. Okay, that's a little weird to me. But then at the end, Kanye West is the main villain, and he's getting away on a helicopter while Kobe Bryant's on top of a building, and all of a sudden the basketball he has turns into a ticking time bomb, and he throws the basketball at Kanye West in a helicopter, and the helicopter explodes. And goes down. Right?
Yep.
So those things to me...
I saw that with my own eyes. Because before I was like, no, there's no way that's possibly true.
A little weird.
You're just lying to me. And then I saw the video and I'm like, dear God, what is going on here?
What is this shit? Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the thing that you wanted to give an intro on, apparently. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
I mean, did you want to do your little...
No.
Intro?
By all means, because apparently you think I'm not listening. I'm just, I didn't think I'd agree.
I know you're not listening.
Well, no. I think you think I have to agree with you on every single...
No, but sometimes I ask you directly.
Okay. Well,
and then you're just in La La Land.
All right, I'm in La La Land. Go ahead.
All right, so the next shit that we're going to get into is where it really gets strange. And that is a little something called Gematria. Okay, what is Gematria? Who knows what that is? I hope some people, but maybe nobody. I don't know. But it's a thing. Alright, what is Gematria? It is the ancient coding of letters into numbers. This goes back to Babylon and ancient Hebrew texts. Okay, so what they say
ancient Hebrew texts are all bullshit, nonsense.
Well, whatever. But what they say is that this Gematria is the coding of God's language, right? Letters into numbers. And now what I'm going to talk about is, I'm not trying to rip this dude off or say anything. So this guy, his name is...
after you. It don't matter.
No. I'm going to put a link down to his shit, and I'm going to give him the shout out right now.
No, his
name is Zachary Hubbard. His channel is Gematria Effect News. Gematria spelled Gematria Effect News. Zachary Hubbard. Okay? All this information comes from this dude. I found out about him like a year ago. And he's
playing for you for a fool, I'll tell you that much, this guy right here.
He was talking some crazy shit, and there's some weirdness to this. So
really?
Yeah. So basically, what Gematria is, there's ciphers that you can use that codes the letters into numbers in language.
Okay.
Right. So you have words, and then they code out to equal certain numbers, and then you find out that these numbers are connected to other numbers. Okay. Are you with me?
Yeah.
I'm asking you
the whole time.
All right. So, for instance, okay. So one of the codes is the alphabetical code. Okay, what that is A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. All the way to Z, which is 26. Okay. So each letter has a number going A to Z, 1 through 26. Now there's a reverse alphabetical code where Z is 1 and A is 26. Okay, so you can do forward and reverse. Now there's a numerology code.
Yeah.
Where it goes 1 through 9, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and then J is supposed to be 10, but what you do with J, you don't have double digits, you add it from 1 to 0, which is obviously 1. And so you just go down the line. So A through J, I, or whatever, is 9. There's no double digits in this code.
Okay.
So when it's time for it to be 10, you add 1 plus 0, which is 1.
Okay.
And then 11... is 1 plus 1, which is 2, and you just go on down the line, and then there's a reverse code to that.
Well, what? Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So this guy uses 4 ciphers.
Yeah.
There's a shitload of ciphers, by the way. But this guy uses...
What does this prove, though?
Well, what it doesn't prove anything. And this is what I want to say. I'm not trying to say that this is anything or it isn't anything. I'm only giving information. Okay? That's all this is. Information. You look it up, you figure it out, you decide what you think that this is.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I'm not going to be here and be like, this proves it. No. I'm just giving the information. Okay? So, you have words that are connected, like judge and gavel. Okay? And if you look it up with that alphabetical code, reverse alphabetical, the numerology code, the reverse numerology code, judge and gavel actually have the same exact numbers. 47, 20, 88, 25. You take a word like witch, you take a word like broom. Those are connected. They have the same exact number codes. Okay? There's actually, by the way, you can write this code down and you can do all this shit yourself. It takes a long time, but there's a website you can go to. It's called Gematrinator.com. And you can just put in the shit. You see the 4 codes?
Sure.
So you can put in that and it gives all the numbers. And by the way, you can do it yourself. You can find the exact same numbers. Just take a long time. So the thing where this guy got me, the Zachary Hubbard, he was talking about the song by Prince, the artist known as Prince. You know
Sure.
Prince. The song I Would Die For You. Remember that song? I would die for you. You know that song?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so weirdly enough, when you look at the lyrics, that's literally him singing about being Jesus Christ. Which I don't know if that's blasphemy or not. I don't really care. But that's weird. He's literally... So the song I Would Die For You takes on kind of a higher meaning.
Yeah. A different connotation.
Sure. So what he originally... And what Prince titled the song as, the song came out in 83 or 84... He titled it, I Would Die For You, but he didn't spell out for you. He titled the song, I Would Die, the number 4, the letter U. Okay? Why does that matter? Well, I would die for you. If you use Gematria, the letter U codes to 21. That's the 21st letter of the alphabet. So now the song says, if you look at it with Gematria, I would die for 21.
Really?
Yes. What day did Prince die? April 21st. So he literally is saying, I would die 4/21. He dies 4/21, which is also the Queen's birthday, who we know may or may not be a lizard. And so on the Queen's birthday, a prince dies. So that...
Do they have to force him to... Do they have to like cut off his head, or do they have to like throw him in a river, or it's like... They're hoping that natural causes... I mean, back in the day...
Who knows if he even died? Who knows if he even died? It just could have been a whole fucking, you know, whatever the hell it is. But to me, that actually really caught me, like... Because it's a coincidence meter. How many coincidences do we need to have before we're like, okay, what the hell is going on? Is this something going on, or is this something not going on? I would die for you. He literally titles it that way. I would die for 21. Okay, fine. So let's get into this Gematria a little bit. You ready?
Yeah, with you doing your fucking Gematria. Go ahead.
So, the Police have a song called Murder by Numbers. Murder by Numbers. 1, 2, 3. Easy as ABC. So literally that's, you know, A is 1, B is 2. Obviously I'm talking about Gematria. So are the Police. If you look at the lyrics in that song, they're talking about elite, the elite. It's talking about becoming a murderer and then going on and looking at back and how the elite do it. And it's called Murder by Numbers.
Yeah, they do it a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. So there's the movie with Sandra Bullock and what's his name? Ryan Gosling. Literally called Murder by Numbers. If you look in the title or the poster or whatever, murder, the E is a 3, and in numbers, the B is an 8. That's 38. Oh, guess what? Murder, through this cipher, codes to 38. Killing codes to 38. R.I.P. codes to 38. Death codes to 38. Gematria codes to 38. Slipknot has a song called Gematria, the killing name.
Yeah.
Their bass player, Paul Gray, he died at 38 years old. It's all just a coincidence. That's what I'm saying. You know what else?
It doesn't seem like a coincidence when it's that many musicians who know each other who die in a short period of time. I understand what a coincidence is, but at this point it doesn't seem like a coincidence.
Okay, so... Alright, so we were talking about Pro Bowl equals 38. Well, the Pro Bowl was played on that Sunday that Kobe Bryant passed away. So again, murder 38, killing 38, R.I.P. 38, death 38, Pro Bowl 38. What is his death happened on a Sunday. Sunday codes to 33. The Grammys also happened that day. That also codes to 33. Kobe codes to 33. You know what the score of the Pro Bowl was
What?
on that day, which was January 26th?
33 to 33.
33 to 38.
Oh, it was close.
Which is literally Kobe, 33, death, 38. Coincidence.
Okay. Yeah.
Take what you want and you decide for yourself. Now, Kobe Bryant codes to 41. He was 41 when this happened. The pilot, Ara Zobayan,
I guess.
strange name, that codes to 41. The chopper, the helicopter left at 9:06 and the crash went down at 9:47.
Mm-hmm.
That's 41.
Okay.
41 minutes is what it codes to. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, his initials, the pilot's initials, Ara Zobayan. A codes to 1 and 26. Z also codes to 1 and 26. Those are his initials. Happened on January 26th. Gianna Bryant, the poor girl who was there.
Yeah.
Her name codes to 126. The player that said, "Oh, I was her favorite player." I don't know if anybody knew that shit, but Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks,
Yeah.
was like, "I'm her favorite player. And I'm gonna do my best to be good here." Trae Young's name codes to 126. He scored 45 points. Okay, 45 equals 126. 126. Oh, I'm sorry. 45 and 54. They're like flipping of each other. They have the same numbers. 126, 54, 117, 45.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bean Bryant. Did you know his middle name was Bean?
Yeah, now I do.
I never knew that for some reason. Kobe Bean Bryant codes to 54. So 45 and 54 codes to 126 and 54.
Okay.
Kobe Bean Bryant codes to 54.
Okay.
LeBron James. Here's what's crazy.
Besides you. Go ahead.
The day before this all goes down, he's in Philly with LeBron James, and he's going to pass him for the third place in the scoring.
Sure.
All-time scoring, right? LeBron James, when he does surpass Kobe Bryant for third, by the way, they both have 33,000 plus points, he does it on the 54th point. Okay? These are all coincidences.
Okay.
Now let's talk about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant codes to 113. Kobe Bryant was drafted in round 1 with the 13th pick. 113. His NBA debut was on November 3rd, which is 11-3, which is 113. The National Basketball Association codes to 113. Michael Jordan codes to 113. Coincidences.
Michael Jordan does?
Yes. Kobe and you talk about Michael and Kobe's career, how they mirror each other.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
By the way, I'm only offering a small fraction. We're gonna put this guy Zachary Hubbard's link to his video. This guy has so much information. I'm just literally picking stuff to talk about from that. Okay. Yeah. So he's got a shitload of stuff to go on. So the last thing I want to close with is Kobe Bryant was 41 years old. Gianna was 13 years old. LA codes to 41 and 13, and 41 is the 13th prime number. So I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay.
Look into Gematria.
Okay.
Or don't. But if you look into it and you check out this guy's channel, you're going to see there's a lot. I'm not going to say that there's some sort of script going on in this reality, but the coincidences, there's a lot. Okay? And I personally think that that's kind of fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. So you think that none of this
It just doesn't seem like anything to me.
It doesn't seem like anything.
I'm sorry, I don't mean you space out on
I don't need
number on your
you
numerical.
to think one way or the other. I'm just saying.
If
I'm
you
just
believe
presenting
it,
the information.
listen, if you're happy, you believe it, I think that's great. But for me, it's all just a bunch of nonsense that just happen to have, similar numbers. You can find different numbers that mean nothing.
Coincidence after coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, and that's all right. That's all good for you.
It's not that big of a coincidence because some numbers are the same. But we'll use different numbers, and then they won't be the same. Well,
there's a lot of codes you could use. There's a lot of ciphers for sure.
All right, well, whatever. But to me, this is all just speculative nonsense. But
at the same time, it also doesn't really necessarily matter that that's what you think. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what I think, but it also doesn't matter what you think.
Oh, thanks.
It either is what it is, and this, Gematria goes back to ancient fucking texts. So to think that there is nothing at all, to this,
I still
your opinion.
I still would love to read all the fucking shit from the Bible that they cut out. You know what I mean?
I actually would love to read the whole Bible and the books that are gone, like Enoch and all that shit. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It seems a bit outlandish to me.
I knew it would. I knew it would, but that's you, man. That's you. I'm me. You're you.
I have no problem with entertaining, even some crazy ideas. But when you're going into numbers and when you're going into specifics of, this plus this means this or that, you can
I
find
didn't say
so
that
many.
anything meant anything.
Whatever.
I only presented what it is.
Yeah. What it is, and then it's a coincidence. It doesn't mean anything. Wink, wink, wink. But I just can put no faith in something because it comes up with a certain number. They have the same letter amount. Ronald, whatever his middle name was, Reagan, because he had 666. Each name that Ronald Reagan had 6 letters. And they're like, it's 666. So it's the mark of the beast. It's like, Yeah, except I think we're all pretty much just human beings who are just struggling through life and introducing them to even more conspiracies. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when you say you think that we're all just human beings just trying to go through life and the struggle and all that, well, I think that that's a limited view of seeing things because there are people who are at the top, who are elites, who count on people thinking that there's not anything extra going on, that there's no higher agenda. We're all just in this mix and we're trying to do our best and we're trying to figure it out and so clearly there can't be anything nefarious going on. It's just people being people, and these people who are at the top count on that shit. They count on people thinking that so okay,
I agree with that. I agree 100% that they count on us being naive and accepting what we're told.
For sure.
And listen, the kind of food that is in let's say an Aldi is mostly garbage. There is food there that's good.
We'll never get Aldi as a sponsor now.
But no, listen. There's so much crap there because it's cheap to produce and it fills you up, right? Mm. But it's pure carbohydrates, it's pure fat. It's pure stuff that's going to make you fucking ill. You know what I mean? And yet, there's no ban against that kind of food. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can make the food with tons of calories and sugar and this and that. As long as you're not poisoning someone, you're pretty much going to get away with it. And I think that as a society, we're fairly naive in terms of believing that the people at the top really do have things under control. No,
Or our best interest.
Chaotic. Yeah, everything's kind of all in chaos, and it falls where it may. I was just listening to NPR. There's a whole thing in NPR. Mary Louise Kelly had this interview with Mike Pompeo, and she asked him about Ukraine, and he exploded, started cussing at her, blah, 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 which is not a nice look. But, you know, even on NPR, there's like this delusion, as far as I'm concerned, that they are reporting the strict truth and the strict news. No, they have people at the top who tell them what to say, who tell them what stories are going to fly, who tell them, and you know, we're supposed to believe these things, and we're supposed to lead our lives according to, you know, what is the best science of the day. So if someone comes up to you and tells you, yeah, eggs will kill you, you keep eating eggs, they're going to kill you. And so you stop eating eggs, and then 2 years later, you need the stuff in eggs.
You need the yellow,
protein.
you need the protein.
Everything, you need it all.
Yeah, that one keeps flip-flopping. The whole egg thing. It's actually...
it's all a bit silly.
Ridiculous, yeah.
But in the end, what I believe, personally, is that, you know, we as human beings care about our friends, our family, and our status. Status, I'll include, you know, the woman you're with, or, you know, the partner you're with, or the house you have, or the job you have, or the whatever, the status. You know what I mean? Those are the things that people care the most about. Because people will do awful things in the name of personal advancement. And it's not like they're going to do mafia type awful things where they go out and murder someone. But they're going to be like, oh, I won't pay attention to this information, or I won't bring this up, and then I'll be seen as a team player, and then maybe I'm going to get that promotion or that raise.
You're talking about the media.
What do you mean?
Wouldn't you say that that's a media?
It's not
agenda?
Just the media.
I agree that it's not just the media, but the media is a huge part of that, because that's what everybody tunes into. They trust that they're going to get the proper news.
Exactly. They don't.
And they don't. And did you know that, like, Martin Luther King's family sued the U.S. government and won on a conspiracy of murder from the U.S. government?
Sure.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. But
I didn't know that until fucking 2 days ago. Why wouldn't we know that? Everybody should know that, because that's huge. But look that shit up. Martin Luther King's family sued the fucking U.S. government and won for conspiracy of murder. It wasn't just this, you know, random lone gunman. So obviously they control the narrative. They tell us what they want. They hide from us what they don't want us to know. And, you know, it's disgusting to me, if you ask me. So, no, I don't trust any of the shit that they tell us that's, you know, happening. Now we got a coronavirus?
Yeah, the coronavirus that just jumped from wild, exotic animals to people. Because in China...
Someone fucked a monkey again.
No. listen, this is a reality.
Is it?
China.
All right, tell me.
Because in China, a lot of people believe in traditional medicine, so they'll eat shit like fucking rhino horns and shark fins and fucking, you know, bird's nest soup, and they'll eat all kinds of weird stuff. And sometimes, when you were dealing with a wild animal that's been, you know, not captivity and not kept in a clean and sterile environment, it's going to have God knows what disease, and you just might have the unlucky, you know, it just might be that bad luck where this virus, you shouldn't be able to catch it, but it mutates in just the right way where you catch it.
Sounds man-made.
What's that?
The virus.
Why is that?
Because it mutates just when you need it to.
Well, no. That's happened to many things, like flu.
Yeah. Sure.
100 years ago. So that people did that 100 years ago.
How the fuck do you know?
I don't, but
yeah. Okay. You can
100
stop right
years
there.
ago,
You
they
can stop
didn't
right
have
there.
cell
You can
phones.
stop right there.
They didn't have cell phones.
You
so-
don't know. That's where the period can go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nor do you.
Exactly. So I don't even know what we're talking about or where we're on or.
But we should move on to the next topic either way.
Yeah, because I feel like an argument is like
this close.
And I don't even know what the hell we're arguing about. But fine.
Yeah.
All right. So
sometimes we gotta argue.
look up Gematria, people.
Yeah. All right. Underground tunnel that was discovered between. Okay. So here, folks, we don't usually talk about politics. It's not our forte, but there's a certain desire for our president to build a wall across, Mexico and to keep illegal immigrants out.
Fake news. All right.
But there's a problem with that. You can build a 300-foot tall wall.
1,000 feet tall.
Yeah. But if there's tunnels going underneath,
what happens
they
then?
are kind of ineffective. There was a recent tunnel discovered a day or two ago, which stretched from deep in Tijuana to deep in San Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
Yeah, and it had air conditioning, it had lighting, it had electricity, it had
bathrooms.
Yeah, it was deep. It was like a. People just took vacations in there.
You literally could just go chill out.
And they, these aren't going to go away. The tunnels aren't going to go away. They're just going to move. And we have certain equipment that can tell, okay, there's seismic equipment that can tell, oh, well, there's a tunnel down here. But then you just dig deeper than the seismic equipment can tell, and you're in the clear, baby. You know what I mean?
And you just go, or you could just go completely another way.
Whatever.
By the way, you can have these tunnels and all that shit all you want, but there's flights that still come in that are bringing in drugs and guns and.
Well, how many trucks move across the border?
People.
They inspect what, about 10, 20% of the trucks that move across the border?
I have no idea.
It's something like that, dude. It's something very low. With the amount of material that moves across the border, they can only truly stop about 10 to 20% to give it like a thorough search. Okay? Meaning about 80% of stuff just basically is just waved on. You know what I mean?
So
they give it a quick glance, right?
Yeah.
And then they just wave you on. So a smart person, smart drug fucking dealer, is going to send one of his guys. And
we're talking about the cartel at this point.
Yeah.
We're not talking about some random, goofy.
But the cartel is going to send a small truck, and he's going to put like 5 kilos in there. Going to have this guy get busted, right? And then all the fucking people have to gather to take a look, help out, and then there's about 20 trucks loaded fucking to the top with heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, and guns.
And people.
And that just zips on, and people.
And people.
People.
And so if you don't
Because human trafficking, they love human trafficking.
So that's what's not reported on the cartel's nefarious activities is human trafficking.
Which is the worst of the worst. The guns are bad because they end up usually in the hands of criminals. These aren't guns like, in gun show. These are,
These are illegal guns that are
going to criminals.
For
so guns are bad, but the human trafficking, especially the trafficking of young girls and young children and who are sold into sexual slavery in this country.
They're rape slaves. Human trafficking is a nice way to call them rape slaves.
I mean, human trafficking is just human slavery, is what you're talking about. Yeah. Sex slavery.
But you rape them, though. It's not sex. It's rape.
Well, I mean, it's sex, but yeah, it's also rape. Sex is the act by which you use your
So
sexual...
when there's no consent, obviously,
then,
we're talking about rape.
I agree, it's rape.
We're talking about rape slaves here. And so if you think that the CIA is not involved, then I don't know what to tell you.
Then you're probably supporting Buttigieg over there, because he's definitely not involved with the CIA.
I don't want to get into specific politicians.
Yeah, well, I don't think that Buttigieg...
Save it for your show.
Yeah, Buttigieg isn't... He's not a CIA operative. Anyways.
Aren't they all? Yeah, so... Build a wall, don't build a wall. There's tunnels, there's airplanes.
Yeah, we're gonna get...
It's all good.
The drugs are coming through. The guns are probably coming through. Let's stop the
people. The people are definitely coming through.
Yeah, but that's the ones we should stop. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about just people like looking for jobs. I'm talking about we should stop the human trafficking.
Yeah, the rape slavery.
That's what we should be focused on.
That's kind of a big deal. That's probably the biggest deal that nobody ever fucking wants to talk or hear about. Rape slaves.
I have to say, I really, I don't care if you bring drugs into this country. I do kind of care if you bring guns to this country. But god damn it, if you're bringing underage or, young children and girls to become sexual rape slaves, as you say.
They are. That's what it is.
That is beyond the pale. That is beyond anything that could possibly be. It is the worst of the worst. And that is something that I just don't get it. I don't get those people who could do that.
That's weird, right?
That's the bad people. Those are the people who, you should kill.
Hold on, I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
That's how a lot of this shit happens and how they get away with this shit, because as a normal human, whether you got your quirks or you don't have your fucking quirks, you like Star Wars or whatever, you like whatever it is, essentially, you're a good person.
For the most part,
I think most people are. So, as that person, you can't wrap your head around the evil and atrocities that other people are capable of. So, that makes you unable to even think that that's real. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
So you can't, since in your mind, you can't process how someone could, let me say something crazy, maybe boil someone alive in shit and piss, and maybe that person's a child. Since you can't process that in your mind, you think it's not happening and it's not real.
Yeah,
and that's how the fuck they get away with it.
They're not tying children down and having them raped by dogs. That's not happening.
Dude, it's so fucking disgusting and crazy, and that's my whole point.
Here's the thing, and I said this in a previous video that's never going to go out because it was one of our videos that had, huge static on the audio. But here's the thing, and I want to say this to all the people out there who are going to go out and who are crazy and they want to kill themselves, and then they're like, hey, I'm going to go out, I'm going to kill myself, and I'm going to kill a whole bunch of random people. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to go kill yourself...
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you're going to kill yourself...
Don't do it, please.
Find the right people.
Don't do it.
Okay? You find the evil people in the world.
Hey.
And those are the ones you kill. Okay? Because then, from going to some random asshole who's just murdered random people and then himself, you seek out the sons of bitches who are doing the human trafficking. You seek out the sons of bitches who are foreclosing on grandmas. You seek out the pieces of shit who are making life horrible for other people. And then you blast them away.
We don't advocate that at all.
We don't advocate that.
That's a joke.
That is a joke. You shouldn't do that. But if you're gonna.
But if you want to think about it, though.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Think about it.
How come?
Why don't you do that?
Why is it? And I'm going to tread carefully.
Yeah. We're not. This is a joke. This is a joke. We're not advocating this. But if we were.
Why is it? No, stop saying that. But why is it that in these scenarios, clearly evil, greedy people
Yeah.
they're
not the ones being
why are
shot
they
up.
not victims of that?
No.
So that to me tells you that it's fake. We're joking here, guys. We're just joking.
These are all jokes.
Comedic podcast.
This is a comedic
We like
podcast.
to come here and we like to joke. And,
We
and
don't.
say,
We're not saying that.
we
if
talk
you're-
about his penis and how weird it is.
my weird penis, and we talk about suicidal people who might have a vendetta against, let's say, a company that poisoned their family and everybody got cancer. So are you going to go and just shoot up like a Walmart or a movie theater?
Don't shoot up anything.
You don't. You don't go shoot up that Walmart or that movie theater. But you definitely don't go to that company that poisoned your family and kill everyone there.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is,
Don't do that.
These obviously
To those people who kind of deserve it.
Good people don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's how a lot of the world's evils.
But we're saying not to
continue.
do it is what we're saying.
We're
right?
actually saying don't do it.
We're saying don't do it.
Yeah.
We're saying
We're literally saying don't
do it.
fucking do it.
Yeah,
dude.
please don't do
Oh
it.
my god.
But
You're gonna get us kicked off the fucking internet.
I'm just saying that just think about it. No. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
No, just think about it as a thing to think about.
Think about this podcast. Think about everything we're saying.
Yeah. But
think
don't
about
do it.
all of it. Process it. Don't
do it.
Do anything rash.
Yeah, don't murder.
Crazy.
Yeah, please don't murder those people who hurt children sexually.
I want to end this segment now. Because
it's gotten less and less funny.
it got very intense. It got very intense.
All right.
Let's just do a would you rather.
Would you rather? I'm going to leave this up to you, and it better be a good one, because last time I was upset.
No, last time you just were in a rush to go to sleep. That's what your fucking
I was in a
problem
rush
was.
to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
like this time.
Just
Come on. So would you rather be... Okay, so you're a kid, right? And you have a choice between being in one TV family or another. So would you rather be in the Family Ties TV family or the Growing Pains TV family? Whatever that means. Actor or like that's your reality. What would you rather
No, it
be?
has to be one or the other. Has to be one or the other.
Reality.
I think that's the better one.
Yeah.
The reality.
Would you rather be in the reality of being an actor on the family?
Now you just switched it completely around.
No, I'm saying reality.
A reality as an actor?
No. As an actor, you're in the reality of being in the Family Ties as a show or Growing Pains. Which one you do?
I mean, Family Ties got some good ones, but then what's her name turned out to be a lesbian, the mother.
Why does that sound bad?
It's bad for me. You know what I mean?
Because you immediately wanted to bang
I wanted to bang every one of them. I'll pick Growing Pains because I don't want to give Tracy Gold a goddamn eating disorder because they keep making fat jokes about her when she is clearly not fat. She was like normal-sized human, and she was pretty reasonable looking, but she got ugly jokes, and fat jokes, and stupid jokes, and oh my Christ!
So you yelled.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
So-
but that's the one time that deserves a yell. Because
Well, yeah, she went through hell. Tracy Gold, the actress. So wait, you would want to be on Growing Pains?
I want to be on Growing Pains.
Okay, well...
Even though I know it'd be awesome
You're
to
wrong.
hang out with Michael J. Fox
You're wrong.
and go back to the future.
Hell yeah, dude. I am obviously picking Family
Michael
Ties.
Gross? You're just picking Michael Gross.
Yeah, I want him to be in my life.
You know Michael Gross went to the University of Illinois at Chicago in that theater department over there.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Okay, great. I'm picking Family Ties because when you look at Growing Pains,
Yeah.
you see that half the people involved were pedophiles.
Yeah. Well, but
Okay.
I
Now
just
you're
asked you
talking
about the reality of a life. Which family?
I said the reality. So now you got a bunch of pedophiles around. They're making fun of this poor girl, Tracy Gold. Develops a eating disorder. Kirk Cameron goes full Christian.
Yeah, because he sees the shit that's happening.
Yeah, he does. And Boner. How the hell did they have a TV show on national,
Well, because a
TV
boner
that
could
the
have
guy
meant,
was, his name was Boner.
But because boner also could have meant like a stupid act that you did. It's like, oh, I pulled a real boner. You know what I mean? But then eventually,
No. It was always Boner, like an erection.
An erection?
Yeah. And, oh, you know what happened to Boner, the actor?
What? Did he get an erection?
He killed himself.
I guess that's worse. Fuck.
So, yeah, you can keep Growing Pains. I'm going to go with Family Ties.
Yeah?
My only reserve is that Tom Hanks guest starred one time.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
and we all know that he's a monster. Wait till it happens.
Except
Wait till it
whoopsie
happens.
doopsie. Except whoopsie doopsie.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because in a few years, guess who's going to show up on my show?
Tom Hanks?
No. A certain Leonardo DiCaprio. And we're going to go get high and play basketball and write some basketball diaries.
Fine. I'm going back to the future, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to
yeah.
be the Wolf of Wall Street with my buddy.
That's alright. I'm going to be in Bright Lights, Big Cities.
I don't know what that is, but...
It was a movie that he did that nobody gives a shit about. I don't
He
know.
was Teen Wolf.
just
He was
a little
Teen
guy.
Wolf.
Yeah, I'm going to be a Teen Wolf, and I'm going to be good at basketball like Kobe Bryant.
What's the name of that movie where he stars in? Okay, it was every single like actor from a TV show, and in the movie,
Outsiders.
no, in the movie, there's a race, and Michael J. Fox's best friend is Willis from
Three's Company?
Willis from Different Strokes, and Willis from Different Strokes is like a
Three's
genius.
Company?
He's
Okay.
like a genius, right? And they're like, well, we can't win this race. And he's like, what if I put this bus engine in this car? And they're like, well, yeah, but that bus engine's going to melt the car. And he's like, not if my robot handles it. And then he sends his robot in, and he's like, robot, you might melt and die, but you're going to help us win. And then there's a sad moment because the robot melts and dies.
This is a dream that you had.
This is a great, great dream that I had. But if
There's
you
no
find
movie.
this movie,
Yeah.
if you find and watch this
Let us
movie,
know.
because it exists,
No.
and he's an idiot,
No, it doesn't.
watch it. It is one of the stupidest, weirdest. You know who's in that movie? The girls from the Facts of
Marlon
Life.
Brando.
No, yes, Marlon Brando. No, the girls from the Facts of Life.
All the girls?
No, who's the main one?
Natalie.
The
Blair.
The
Mrs.
dark-haired
Garrett.
one. The dark-haired one.
Natalie. Or Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Joe.
She's like the love interest of Michael J. Fox.
Hmm.
We're gonna look this up right now, so I'm gonna prove it to you.
Look it up, motherfucker.
Prove it to you.
But
Alright.
you picked the wrong family. I picked the right family.
No,
I win.
you're wrong again.
I win once again.
No,
At
you
Which Would
lost
Rather.
once again.
I win again. And thanks guys for tuning in.
Next week is going to be a big change. We're gonna do. We're gonna have somebody over.
We're gonna have a guest.
Special guest star. It's gonna be amazing. And after that, we're gonna do our follow-up to the Mandela Effect. Only more intense and
I'm
more
gonna blow
real.
your fucking mind.
You're gonna be blown out your asshole.
I'm gonna blow your asshole right out of your head face.
All right. Thank you for tuning in again. We do always truly appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good night, or day, or morning, or afternoon,
Or year.
or whatever.
Spread the word.